Welcome to FOH. This week, we're doing the Por Larranaga Galanes, which is the new Petite Robusto out of HSA's stable.
How petite is that? Seriously?
It's a Petite Robusto, Ken.
It might technically, but it doesn't look petite. That's abuse of the English language.
You're very gnarly.
I'm not gnarly in the least.
Well, this has got a pure Colorado wrapper, yeah?
Yeah.
Dead set Claro. It's Claro. But it's got a nice little bit of sheen to it.
Yeah, and the construction is pretty much spot on.
Mine's firm, but it feels light in the hand. It's going to draw perfectly, I think.
Exactly. It's very firm, but very light.
I think I've nailed it. Let's have a look at it. Check your draw for me.
Seriously?
Mine's slightly tight, but not bad. Like more than doable. What do you reckon? What are you drinking?
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to our very good friend, Chance Smurf. You know, Chris.
Chris?
Indeed.
What freebie has he sent you this week?
Well, as you might recall, I hosted him on the balcony along with yourself a few months back. And these things take time. He's very kindly sent me a bottle of it's won the world's best whiskey, the Alberta cask strength, as a thank you.
Isn't that lovely?
Indeed, he's a lovely man.
How is it?
Sensational.
Brilliant.
If you went in different states, you could share some.
Is there any chance you maybe just test the draw for me on this one here?
I'm sorry, you did ask a question which I then went on to answer.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's a bit firmer than I expected.
Yeah, mine's firmer too. Very doable. In fact, it's a classic Cuban draw. It's the way they should, I reckon, it's the way they should be.
Yep.
Not a wind tunnel. Plenty of air going through. Nicely firm. There's no soft spots to the cigar whatsoever.
Well,
so nailed it. It is a Claro wrapper with a little bit of sheen. It's Por Larranaga. It's
only got one band, so it's an old-fashioned
one band. We can celebrate that. They're pretty much. I'm not going to say cheap.
It's so fat. To have a second band, they would have just had to cut down another forest.
It's relatively inexpensive. It's
so what?
No, it's mate, honestly, in world terms, it's relatively inexpensive. It's regular production. This is the sort of stuff that HSA should be putting out more of, I think. Anyway,
shouldn't we try it first?
Pardon?
Shouldn't we try it?
I've had numerous of these. It's your first. I've had numerous of these. Now, PL always look. Unless you like a petite Corona with a little bit of mongrel, PL always needs a little bit of time down, yeah. And these, I think you'll find are the same way. But I like mine. I've liked them all that I've had. But anyway,
I actually had a PL Petit Corona the other night, just as a warm up, and I don't know what age it was, but I suspect fairly young. It was a bit rougher than I like. Yeah. Still, not to worry.
Well, you're getting on a bit too in age. I mean, you don't want to battle a cigar in those early stages. You want something that just, yeah. Sorry.
You're sitting in your pajamas with a parrot at midday. Honestly, they lock people up for that in places.
It's winter time, Ken. I'm dressed up accordingly. It's a beautiful day. It's absolutely gorgeous day.
Absolutely
gorgeous
day. Stunning day.
Just in a t-shirt, Ken. It's all good. We'll be back with you at the end of the first third.
Can we
Kenny,
shut that up?
I can't shut it up. It just says recording in progress. Can you stop it? We're live. Kenny, first third.
Lovely. Burn. Look, I mean, couldn't have been a more consistent, perfect burn. It's very much under medium for me. And thinking about this very carefully, I'm getting some caramel.
Do you find it a little bit closed? It hasn't opened up yet. No, you
Look,
think
it's not a
yeah.
big in your face thing, but it's certainly got those lovely, to me, caramel, creamy coffee characters.
It reminds me very much like a really good bottle of wine that's still a little bit young. In terms that it just, you can sense, you can taste on the edges everything that's in there, but it's not showcasing all of it.
Oh, look, I think it's got more to show down the track, but for a young cigar,
it's got it all there. I agree.
Is this similar to the ones you've already smoked?
Yeah, exactly the same.
Yeah, see, I mean, I'm certainly getting plenty of flavours and things. I mean, I don't see it as muted or closed or restrained in that sense.
I don't get a lot of caramel. Yeah. And I haven't got a lot of caramel for all the ones I've tasted so far. But, I mean, you do have a super palate. So
I mean, I'm very careful mentioning caramel after I got picked up on that.
Is that the guy who called you you're a one-trick pony? Is that what he said? I think that's what yeah, some guy in the forum called you a one-trick pony.
Oh, seriously? I didn't notice that bit.
I'm surprised because I thought you would have deleted it. But
deleted it and banned him. I haven't deleted. The only posts I've deleted.
That may be me who said you're a one-trick pony. But
right. The only posts I've deleted for some time have been Fuzz's, and he knows why.
Yeah.
And the ones of yours I didn't like, but I didn't tell you about those. And you never go back to check.
Too busy, Ken. Yeah. We'll be back with you at the end of the second third. Second third, Kenny. Sorry, Kenny, second third on this, because we're just getting it. Mate, your burn is just, my burn's been immaculate as well, but you've kept your ash to yours. I'm now getting that sweetness through it. I'm not going to call it caramel. I'm going to call it sweetness coming through it. It's a quality little cigar, isn't it?
Absolutely. Lovely cigar. Oh, hang on, I've got to go in the corner to light up again.
Ken's been sent to the corner. Not the first time. Mostly by his mother. I still think it's closed. I still believe that put this away for 5 years. I know it sounds like a long time, but what's the closest to this cigar that I can recall? It would be Encantos, the initial Por Larranaga Robusto, which was, but that had a lot more mongrel than this does. This has very little, there's no edges to this, Kenny, is there?
No,
there's no elbows here.
It's very soft, it's cushiony.
It's all been set up for it to explode beautifully in the coming years. Mate, 3 to 5 on this, Ken. 5 years, you got to think it's going to be.
If you look, it's a bit interesting. If you look at the PLPCs, they really do, 4 or 5 is almost compulsory.
Yeah.
This is a lot more approachable in its use, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to still show some great stuff down the track.
Well, I think
5 to 10.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to finding out on these. That's why again, the cost factor is $100 US a box, I think, roughly for 10, whatever it's going to be.
So what, 1,500 Australian?
Probably, yeah. But for 10, so this is something I wouldn't mind putting 5 or 6 boxes of these away, depending on your budgets, guys. And I'd take a punt on these. I would definitely take a punt on these, but I wouldn't be revisiting anytime 24 months and then.
If you're a Man U fan, you could put it down to 10 to 11, which would be the penalty score this morning.
Did you get that in for the? Yeah.
We're still going. I thought I'd better get it in.
You've upset all the Man U fans out there, Manchester United.
I apologise to both of you.
Mitch Robinson, he's actually gone play golf this week. So, yeah, Mitch is a huge Man U fan. Dee's a huge Man U fan.
She's got bad taste all round.
I know. Well, I'd see counsel on that, whether we should continue to go out together. Being a Man City fan, it's not easy to be in the same household. But it is easy while Man City are winning progressively. But good stuff. Anyway, where were we?
You send her off to work, don't you?
It's a birthday today. Happy birthday, Dee. And
Happy birthday, Dee.
Make sure you take 15 minutes for lunch. Enjoy. We'll be back with you at the end.
Good to see you've taken her out for lunch.
I'm taking for dinner. Yeah, local Chinese. Yeah, nothing's fancy. We're going fancy.
Somewhere you can walk.
Yeah, mate. I gave her a birthday card with 2 scratchies. I'm all over it. It's great.
Yeah. They were where you'd scratched off the price.
Back with you shortly. Can you wrap the PL Galanes up for me?
It's starting to get a little bit hotter, so you are getting some of that young heat. The burn's gone a tiny bit wonky, but I mean, lighting up again in a breeze is never going to help. But the first 2/3 were lovely. That sort of very soft, cushiony, creamy coffee. I think was caramel.
Like coffee, it's like coffee with sweetener in it. You know that. When I say sweetener,
I've never had coffee with sweetener in it.
I've had coffee with sweetener, and when I used to have sweetener, and that's what it tasted to me like. Like not so much the caramel you're looking at, but it certainly had sweetener. I think. I mean, if this was a horse, you'd say, yeah, look, I'm happy to recommend this. It's going to come good. It's going to come home well, fellas, in a couple of years' time. As a smoking cigar, as a cigar that you're going to want to smoke down the track, this is a winner for me.
Yeah,
an absolute winner.
And look, if I bought a box, I wouldn't have any problem smoking a few over the first 6 months, 5 or 6.
Well, boxes are 10, so you can afford to do that.
They're boxes of 10, are they?
Yeah, boxes of 10.
Yeah, okay, that makes $100 overseas not quite such value.
Well, you thought the $100 overseas was boxes of 25. Which decade?
Given what we pay. Given what we pay.
Unbelievable. Really? They've done a good job on this, Ken. We call HSA a lot of names.
Well, you might.
Well, you specifically. I just generally apologise on your behalf. But
I love the good people at HSA.
They do a bit. We want them to produce good everyday cigars which are reasonably priced. They can produce as many double-banded dollar gobblers as they want, which are not affordable to the average punter. But stuff like this is, and as long as they're producing that, I'm happy. Yeah, just keep.
But the curious thing, of course, is that they've got so many that they discontinue that people love. Why not keep some of those going? I suppose they've done their audit and they don't sell as well as they'd like. But it's interesting. It's another new big fatty.
It would be a fantastic long lunch to have with the bean counter internally to see exactly what his criteria is, to what stays and what goes. And let's face it, look, discontinuations of cigars actually has slowed down the last couple of years because there's not that many left
to discontinue.
Right, and certain Vitalis, there's not many left at all. But
and let's be honest, they've only given this one ban, which means it's got 2 years best. Then it's gone.
Well, I'd love them to produce, something like this in a Ramon Iones or a Diplomatico. Because look, I'm not even a fan of the size. A Petite Robusto doesn't do much for me. It doesn't do much for you, Ken. It doesn't do much for me. Yeah. But it's a very, very popular size worldwide. And as a starting point, a Petite Robusto in, a Ramon Iones and a Diplomatico would be a nice start. La Gloria Cubana would be a nice start. Yeah, just bring them out, share the love. If that's where they want to go, if they want to play it safe, I think they're doing okay. Unless they could do a 10 count in dips, be perfect. Anyway,
it's yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a shame that they're cutting things down to 10 boxes. It'd be almost nice they did 10, 25s, 50s.
It'd be nice. And Look, 10s are very popular. From a retail perspective, 10s are very popular. And of course, in markets where tobacco taxes are so high, a box of 25 is just outside the realm of a significant portion of your market.
Yeah.
They can't stretch a budget that far, but they can stretch for
a boxes of 10 are great for gifts. If you're giving someone, you know, the cost of the 25 puts it so far out of the sort of gifts that most people are giving.
Yeah.
Whereas 10,
to be honest, I'm with you. I mean, I'd love to see things which are successful. I think there's always a market for a 50 cap of them, even if it only represents 5% of the total production in 50 caps. There's always a market for it if they're really well done and they're a sought after cigar.
And something like this that'll age well. Why wouldn't you?
No, I'm a fan. I mean, this is now the 5th one that I've had from different boxes, and I haven't had a dud yet.
I mean, I'd give this 90.
Oh, this is a solid 90. Not more than 90. It's a solid 90, but with a big upside there for me. Big upside. Yeah. Well done, Kenny. Back to the Robustos next week. Good to catch up.
What are we back?
To the Robustos next week. Yeah.
Which one? And that's which one are we doing?
Well, we do the Choice Supreme or the Serie A. It's all good.
I do as I'm told.
Mate, go fishing, will you? Find your fishing gear and go fishing this afternoon. It's a beautiful day out there. I
won't this afternoon, but I might tomorrow.
I know, you're flat out. Yeah, I can imagine.
Broncos.
Of course. He's got some football to watch. FOH, hasta luego until next week. Cheers.
What?
That's the machine saying recording in progress.
Never done that before.
That's the upgrade.
So an upgrade is now something sticking in the middle of the screen.
That's you.
Unbelievable. Oh, don't have to make a spectacle of myself lighting it.
Oh, please. No, please, Cam. Do it.
There's a bit of a breeze, so I'm actually going to have to move out of the breeze.
We'll be back with you at the end of the first third because it takes an hour anyway.
Oh, seriously.